Okay, my name is Holly Martin. I'm 51 years old. I'm reaching out to George Soros, Oprah, Ellen, Bill Gates, and whomever else is out there listening, watching, that might can help me. August 7th, my friend found me passed out. When she woke me up, I started having these spells. She said I was incoherent, seizing, um, a number of things. She said it lasted, I don't know, hour or so. In the meantime, my husband had called. He came home the next day while I was in the process, I guess, of having another attack. He talked to me for a few minutes. I had mentioned something to him about the corner of the house. A friend of mine had gone under there to retrieve one of my cats that had gotten under there and died, and he noticed that the corner of the house wasn't even set on anything. No, so Jay was going under there. One of the few things that he hadn't done around here for me. Um, in the meantime, I guess I'm going into the full phase of the episode, and Jan said I kept asking who that guy was, going back and forth, and she kept telling me that it was Jay, and I didn't recognize my own husband. And I guess when he got done, he sat down on the porch across from me, and I guess I blacked out, and so they picked me up and brought me inside, and I lost all use of my hands. I couldn't. They got me something to eat, and they had to feed me. They had to hold the bottle or something to give me drinks. She said that episode lasted like an hour and a half. Well, the next day, Jay loaded up the Harley he bought me last year for our anniversary and left. Didn't try to get me any medical help. Didn't look back. He left. Said he wasn't coming back. Our 11-year anniversary is coming up. We've been together almost 17 years. A couple of weeks later, well, let me backtrack. From the 7th till he'd left, I'd had 4 of those attacks. If you notice, there's a scar here, and there's a scar here from a major accident. This right here is plastic. My brother also has plastic. Evidently, whatever's going on has to do from that major car wreck. I asked Jan to take me to the ER. Um, he gave me a shot because I've had migraines all my life, and no one would ever listen to me. They just have me a prescription, send me down the road. I don't like being out of control, and I don't like taking pills. Excuse me. So we did the follow up with my physician. He said I'm not allowed to drive. I'm not allowed to work. So I went into another attack in the doctor's office because I knew Jay was going to be mad. Um, he said I'm not allowed to be alone. I'm not allowed to distribute my own meds. Um, so several days go by. Jan texted Jay and told him what the doctor said. He said, well, then we have a problem. Somebody in that effing house better get a job. Now, I'm not allowed to be alone. So we brought in my ex-daughter-in-law because, I have my pets, and it really hurt. So I continued to try to find a job, but it's kind of hard when you have no money and no transportation to look for a job, no money to, even if I did, to put gas in a vehicle, um, no money for groceries. I lost 32 pounds since Easter because, well, there's no money for groceries, but yet he gets to go out and he gets to ride my Harley and he gets to go golfing and he gets to, when he's not working, he gets to barbecue with the guys, he gets to go bowling, he gets to buy new clothes, he gets to, he gets to have a life, and he says he needs a change, and I've pretty much given up living and everything. So, I paid the bills. My babies, I call them my babies. They are my babies. Their food, gets drafted out of the bank account. Well, he calls me one day. He doesn't, call to check up on me and see how I'm doing, if I've had any more attacks. And mind you, I've probably had 40 now. And oh yes, and I have to see a counselor, which I have been, but now it gets better. So on the way, he calls me one morning, and he's asked me if I've checked them out, and I said no, I haven't. Um, so I asked him why, and he said, well, I filed for divorce. Well, that floored me because I couldn't understand why. I mean, one day we're making plans to go to Vegas, take Harley to go see his brother and sister-in-law, and out of the blue, he wants to end it. I mean, I'm already scared to death because I don't know what's going on. And now all of a sudden he needs a change. I mean, He's out of town 95% of the year, and he gets a change of scenery every day. And he gets to visit with people, and he gets to do things, and he gets to have a life. And he gets to spend $400 to $600 every payday. Now, he goes around and he tells people that my spending habits, I don't spend anything that is not necessary. I even quit buying myself sandals. I love sandals, especially gladiator sandals. Those are my weakness, but I don't very seldom do that anymore. And muscle shorts. Um, when people do talk to me, they come up to me. And I do everything around here. I push mow this acre. I do the maintenance on the house. It's black mold and mildew, but I do the best I can. I paint the house, trim the trees. I clean the gutters. Do the best I can with what I know how to do and can do. He gets mad if I have to ask for help. I was painting the house. We were going to put it on the market so we could try to find something so we could be closer. Well, I was painting the trim. Okay, now he wanted me, this is a mobile home, and you know how mobile home manufacturers invest in screws. Okay, there's like millions of screws. He wanted me to take the trim off the house, paint it, and then put it back on. Now, who's on drugs? Okay. One of his riggers is like homesteading in this back apartment, who I had already told his old lady could stay back there because she was about to pop until they got back, but they had to go immediately because the photographer's coming and no one is allowed to be in there. And I didn't want responsibility of their kid, their dogs, whatever. If I have 7 of my own, and if somebody comes to look at the house, I have to get them out of here. And they wouldn't get out. And he sat here and would not back me up to get them out. I got an argument with this dude. He sat here like a coward and did nothing. Would not back me up. Okay. This dude comes in my house and threatens me in my face, and he does nothing. My husband does nothing. Instead, he stands out there with that man and talks about me and says, I'm doing drugs because I'm painting the trim with a small paintbrush. Yes. But anyways, moving on. The doctor orders an MRI. Okay, then I check the mail. There's divorce papers. I'm living. I start having an attack on the way to the doctor's office. I get in the doctor's office. I go into a full-blown whatever it is I do. I do not remember, and from what they tell me, it's very embarrassing, and they last sometimes not very long. They say usually an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. The two that Jay witnessed, said he got very upset because he wanted to watch TV, and I was interrupting his TV time. And when I did give get his attention, it was when my breathing would stop and he would shake me and Holly, Holly, and I'd start breathing, and then he'd go back to watching TV. And it really hurt me because when he had his stroke, I knew within just seconds that something wasn't right with my husband, and I immediately, within half an hour, we were out the door and on our way to the ER, and I never left his side, and everybody, everybody was there for him, and he couldn't. He, anyways, um, he left me the house and stuff. Yes, I don't know who's paying the bills. He left me no money. He took me off the bank account. Um, so I have nowhere to pay bills. No transportation, and poor Jan, she's on a fixed income. And not only does she get me back and forth to my physician, my counselor, but now I have to see a psychiatrist or my neurologist who is running extensive tests to see what's going on. He says the stress part is due to Jay. And now my son is here who, yes, he's been a big help, but he also is a lot of stress. Um, I have to give Jay some credit. He did drive in the other day and brought me $100. Woo! But I was out of meds, and I got two of my prescriptions filled, and then I paid the garbage bill. Um, and I'm 51 years old, and I had to get on the food stamps. And the insurance only pays for so much, and the neurologist is $60 a visit, and Jan's been paying that. She's been paying my doctors. That's $40 a visit. And just today, it's the 4th of October, and um, I can't even use the back of the house now because the breaker is so weak that it keeps tripping the main breaker. Um, like I said, the house has got black mold and mildew, and it's 20 years old, and I've been trying to get these government loans and help. I'm trying to get my disability. I've got an attorney on it. I'm scared. I don't know what all is going wrong. Um, I came across this site a couple weeks ago. Um, I have a lot of pride, and I'm used to being the one that everybody goes to. I'm not used to being the one that's asking, I guess begging. I don't have a set dollar amount. I really don't know what I'm asking for. I mean, I don't want to start all over because I've got the house down to like 21 payments, but now that he's taking it over, it's 2 months behind now. So, I don't know. I just need some help. And I know I'm not supposed to drive, but it would be nice to have something. Uh, I know Dad loves her truck, but he doesn't have AC. And it would be nice to have something to say, hey, here, let's take this. Because I've always had a nice vehicle. I've always had nice trucks. And up until now, I've been pretty dadgum spoiled. And, sorry. Um, I've had Titans. My last one was stolen by a kid I've known over 20 years. And I was just trying to help a couple of ladies that Jan helps get their shed moved across the street because they're moving in with Jan. And he stole my last Titan. Jay bought me and stripped it. And it's in the shop. And it's not getting fixed because, well, Jay took over the bills and it's way behind. And man, Nissan's come out with a new one. If I can get this attorney hired, that's my I need $525 for sure, so I can hire this attorney. Because Jay knows I don't have the money to fight him. He says in his divorce papers, he's got other properties that he wants to claim separate. When did he do this? And why? He owes me. He abandoned me. I do need help. He will not tell me why he's done this. He owes me an explanation. I would like my spousal support. I want abandonment charges. I want him to buy me that new diesel Titan. I want him to pay all my insurance on it. I think he owes me a new home. He knows he left me with a home that was falling apart, and I've done the best I can to take care of it. I think I've done a pretty good job considering I've pretty much done this by myself. He's never praised or complimented anything that's been done to this house. I'm sorry, I'm usually pretty strong. I usually don't let things get to me, but I'm really scared. The MRI did show blockage all the way across. The neurologist hasn't seen that report yet. The brainwave test did show, which surprises me, perfect. You can see the eye, because the car wreck, the skull was split open, my brain was out, this eye was down here. The optometrist said that I am going blind in this eye because of it. And they did say that if my brother and I lived, we would probably be bedridden vegetables, which we beat those odds. Uh, my mom said that my brother has what they call organic brain disease, and we don't know what is going on. But Dr. Naeem Indicator said he is going to run all kinds of tests. He doesn't want to overlook or misdiagnose. So, um, as it stands, I need help paying my doctor bills, and getting my meds, and I need help with this house. Or maybe I don't have to have brand new, but I at least a little bit bigger 2 bedroom, and one with a because I'm just scared standing up, and it's hard for me to get up, and a bigger bathtub, maybe with a seat, if possible. I'm a simple country girl. I don't need a whole lot. That's about it, really. And thank you. God bless you all.